Hola, soy la señora Newkirk. Today we're going to learn the present tense of the verbs that end in R. First of all, let's talk about what a verb is. A verb is a word that expresses an action, an activity. They are action words. Verbs in Spanish belong to a family or conjugation. Verbs that have an infinitive. For example, in English you say to speak, to study, to read, to write. That's the infinitive form of a verb in English. In Spanish, the infinitive form that ends in R, like hablar, estudiar, are called AR verbs, or first conjugation verbs. In this chapter, you have learned the following AR verbs: estudiar, to study, enseñar, to teach, levantar, to stand up or to lift, contestar, to answer, hablar, to speak, tomar, to take something, mirar, to look at, escuchar, to listen, sacar, to get, to obtain, llevar, to wear or to carry, regresar, to return, to come back, necesitar, to need, navegar, to sail, buscar, to search, to look for, enviar, to send, comprar, to buy, pagar, to pay, y trabajar, to work. All of these verbs are in the infinitive form. They all end in R. That's the infinitive form of R verbs, or first conjugation verbs. In order to express what people do in Spanish, we conjugate the verb. In other words, we change the verb from the infinitive by dropping the AR or R ending to a different ending. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject or who does the action. Let's practice the verb hablar. Please repeat after me. Yo hablo. Tú hablas. Usted habla. Él habla. Ella habla. Nosotros hablamos. Vosotros habláis. Ustedes hablan. Ellos hablan. Ellas hablan. As you can see, we dropped the R and we applied the appropriate ending for every specific different person or subject. Let's practice the verb mirar, to look at. Please repeat after me. Yo miro. Tú miras. Usted mira. Él mira. Ella mira. Nosotros miramos. Vosotros miráis. Ustedes miran. Ellos miran. Ellas miran. It is very important to memorize the verb endings for every person in the singular and plural forms. If you want to talk about yourself, you say, hablo español. You use the ending O. When you speak to a friend, you use the verb ending AS. José, hablas muy bien. When you talk about someone, you use the ending A. Habla español. If you talk about yourself and someone else, you use the ending amos. Hablamos español. When you talk about two or more people, you use the ending an. Hablan español. When you speak to two or more people, you use the ending an as well. Hablan español. Let's practice. Choose the correct verb form. Un alumno serio estudia o estudio. Estudia mucho. 2. A. ¿Necesita o B. Necesito? Correcto. B. Yo necesito un lápiz. 3. ¿Ustedes notas buenas? ¿Sacamos o sacan? Correcto. ¿Sacan ustedes notas buenas? Someone is talking to Carla. Carla, ¿cuántos cursos tomas o toma? Correcto. We use the to form. Tomas. 5. Nosotros prestan, hablan o prestamos y o habla. Prestamos atención cuando la profesora habla. Correcto. Remember to use your verb foldables to practice the verb endings and memorize. Adiós.